toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Razorbacks will kick it off to get us underway. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Back to pass, it's Croman Hope. Bringing the heat. Taking the shot on the first play. Pick off! What a play by this defense. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
You usually want to start a game when you come into a hostile environment with a great first drive. Get some momentum, quiet the crowd. Palmer, the exact opposite. On the road, and you make a big mistake early.
Yeah, I love coming into a hostile environment, trying to be aggressive from jump. But that interception was like giving every single fan here in the stadium a triple shot of espresso. They are going crazy right now after getting that interception.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Breaks into the open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Keeps it on the draw. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So, starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 Conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So, you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs and these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today. Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
Going up top again. Got his man on the right. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! So much about the passing game is about timing vision, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
Ain't no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to pass. It's Coleman Hope. Buys a little time. Got out of trouble and throws. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Bully ball on third and short. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thompson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Catch in the middle. It's Glover. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Trying to make magic with his feet. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on fourth down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense now.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
Caught over the middle. It's Russell. Smashes ahead. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it up to 13.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Finds his big tight end. Out of bounds after a big pickup on the play, just a couple of yards short of the goal line.
Man, this quarterback's been in a nice rhythm all drive, hasn't he? He's just playing on time. He's making good decisions. He's now got the offense at first and goal. I'd let him throw it down here. He has earned that.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Linebackers have tough jobs, right? Their first responsibility is to stuff the run, but you could see he does a really good job seeing pass, getting back into his cover 2 drop, breaking on the football, and making the interception.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Power football with the run. Oh, better look out! Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Right back to the well.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Handoff to the lone back. Powers through the defender. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
A nice job on 2nd down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
It's a reverse. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. 2nd down coming up. They'll run the toss. Slithers into space. Turning it on. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. From the gun, running back gets to give. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And the extra point was good. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the second. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. RPO complete to open the drive. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
Looking to throw, it's Croman Hope. Unleashes one deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. The run to the left. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
The sure hands, it's Davis. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling the offensive linemen the hog mollies. In Arkansas, in that beautiful state, you're going to find a bunch of big, strong individuals, and the identity of that team is usually built on those guys up front.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Jackson will throw. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. That's a bad drop.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Steps away. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
And they can't punch it in with a 1st down run, and the defense has 1 stop.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to pop. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arkansas. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. It didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Glover. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Wants to throw. It's Croman Hope. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Quickly out to the tight end. There he goes. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. The give. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Grabbed in the middle. It's Glover. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo. Lofts one high and deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
The give. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. 2nd and goal coming up. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone Mississippi State.
Momentum is such a real thing in college football. Scoring that touchdown here in this 2-minute situation at the end of the half is massive for them. It's going to help their confidence going in at halftime. If they're able to get this extra point and tie this thing up, watch out for them in the second half.
And he added the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Fresno State is putting on a show offensively, only there's been no real story arc. It's been all Bulldogs all day with almost no let-up.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jackson gonna throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Russell. Oh, he's got some space. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained.
Got it inside the 10. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
The Razorbacks trying to cash it in on first and goal. They want to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room, probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Looking to scramble. He'll try to do it himself. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
That's caught. It's Glover. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Timeout, Mississippi State.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Looking downfield, it's Croman Hope. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
I'll tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing three allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Mississippi State.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On the move, it's Russell. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Palmer. It's
just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
Give to the running back. And the Razorbacks get enough for the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Under fire. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Unloads to the right. Wide open downfield.
Man, these tight ends are such matchup nightmares. They can run so many different routes, and how about you throw in the corner route where you can throw it up to the big fella, where you've worked on your timing, you've moved him all over the field and had success. Great throw, great catch.
Jackson will throw. And that third down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep the drive alive. And they runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Arkansas!
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To the air, it's Coleman Hope. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, a nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. And the returner will be brought down. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Jackson gonna throw it. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Looking for his man in the middle. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. The Razorbacks send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Possession from their own 20. He wants to start this drive with a pass. On target. Breaks into the open. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Mississippi State right back to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver at his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Caught in the backfield, it's Davis. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, Dave, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. Literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Jackson will throw. That's reeled in. It's Davis. And he's brought down after a nice gain. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Brown. On the sweet spin, and he's free. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
You know, it's tough to start a year. You got to go into a hostile environment, play a good team. They weren't able to get that win, but they've looked entirely different in this one. Playing at home, they've been feeding off of the energy of their crowd. They've executed better, and they're going to feel real good after this win.
And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Glover. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They go to the end around to start the drive. That'll get them thinking. Outstanding work by this defense, reading their keys, staying at home, and knocking him down for a loss.
Well, the offense is trying to go with the trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
Tosses it incomplete.
The offense has lost the element of surprise here, right? Fourth quarter, they're trailing by a lot. They're trying to go 4 verticals, but the defense knows it's coming. And they do a nice job in the back end making sure that falls incomplete.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Quarterback extends the play. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. First down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Jackson gonna throw it. That's got it. Touchdown, Arkansas. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
And this offense looking more and more like themselves. This is what we're accustomed to seeing. Last week, more of a blip, right? 0-1 to start the season. Kind of had some bad vibes, some bad mojo. Bounced right back, putting up a ton of points. And this one is all but over. 1-1 is here for this team.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going to the running game. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
The give and tick, 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 tick. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Making side adjustments here. Jackson will throw. Fires to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. And the Razorbacks line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. QB draw. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Razorbacks decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the ball comes to rest right there. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Going right to work up top. He's going up top here late in the game. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the 4th quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Eastern Michigan is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed. They're trailing by 14 to San Jose State. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Turning it on! They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
A huge gain. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Plows through the defense. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for a loss.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Got him downfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Mississippi State going up-tempo. Back to throw, it's Croman Hoke. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
And back to the air on second down. He'll throw it. This time on target. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And the point after is good. Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Trying to burn this defensive back. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Jackson gonna throw it. Here's the pressure. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Timeout is called with just a single second left. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Anthony. They're able to make the stop, but a little extra icing on this winning cake in this one. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David, they played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.